The life of Maura Murray, a bright and athletic 21-year-old nursing student at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, appeared to be one of typical collegiate ambition and youthful energy. She excelled academically, maintained a close circle of friends, and nurtured a promising future in the demanding field of healthcare. Her involvement in sports further underscored her discipline and drive, presenting an image of a well-adjusted and focused young woman navigating the challenges and triumphs of early adulthood. Beneath this veneer of normalcy, however, subtle undercurrents of unease and perhaps a desire for change began to manifest in the days leading up to her enigmatic disappearance. While not immediately apparent to those around her, certain actions and communications hinted at a growing internal conflict or a decision to deviate from her established path. These early indicators, though seemingly innocuous at the time, would later become significant points of analysis in the perplexing mystery that unfolded. On the afternoon of Monday, February 9, 2004, Maura engaged in activities that, in retrospect, suggested a deliberate plan taking shape. She accessed an ATM and withdrew $280 in cash, a substantial sum for a typical college student's daily expenses. This withdrawal indicated a potential need for readily available funds, perhaps for an intended journey or an unforeseen circumstance that required immediate financial resources. Later that day, Maura visited a local liquor store where she purchased approximately $40 worth of alcoholic beverages, including Bailey's Irish Cream, Kahlua, and vodka. This purchase, coupled with the cash withdrawal, fueled speculation about her intentions and the nature of her planned time away. Whether the alcohol was intended for personal consumption during a solitary retreat or for other purposes remains an unanswered question. Adding another layer of intrigue to the events of that day was an email Maura sent to her boyfriend, Bill Roche, who was stationed in Oklahoma for military training. In this communication, she expressed a need for solitude, stating that she wanted to be alone to clear her head after what she described as a stressful week. This email provided the first explicit indication that Maura was seeking a temporary escape from her routine and perhaps some personal reflection. Further complicating the narrative was a subsequent email Maura sent to her nursing school professors and her work supervisor at the university. In this email, she cited a fabricated family death as the reason for her anticipated absence for several days. This deliberate falsehood raises significant questions about her motivations and the true nature of her planned departure. Why would she invent such a story? Was she attempting to conceal her actual plans or buy herself time without raising suspicion? The act of packing her black Saturn sedan with personal belongings also pointed towards a planned trip of some duration. Reports indicate that she included clothing, toiletries, schoolbooks, and birth control pills, suggesting an intention to be away for more than just a brief period. The seemingly organized nature of her packing further solidified the idea that she had a specific, albeit unknown, plan in mind. Despite these preparations, Maura did not explicitly reveal her intended destination to anyone. Her communications offered vague reasons for her departure but provided no concrete details about where she was going or for how long. This lack of transparency would become a central element of the mystery, leaving investigators and loved ones to piece together her potential route and ultimate aim. The combination of the cash withdrawal, the alcohol purchase, the email to her boyfriend expressing a need for solitude, the fabricated family death email, and the packed car painted a picture of a young woman embarking on a planned, yet secretive, journey. The reasons behind this journey and her choice of destination remained shrouded in mystery, setting the stage for the baffling events that would unfold in the remote landscape of northern New Hampshire. The seemingly normal life Maura Murray had cultivated was, in its final days, punctuated by these deliberate and somewhat perplexing actions, hinting at an internal decision that would ultimately lead her down a path of unexplained disappearance, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and enduring speculation. The tranquility of the evening on February 9, 2004, was shattered by a 911 call reporting a car accident along the desolate stretch of Route 112 in Haverhill, New Hampshire. This seemingly routine incident would soon become the starting point of one of the most perplexing missing person cases in recent history. The caller described a single-car accident, a black Saturn sedan that had veered off the road and sustained damage. Butch Atwood, a school bus driver residing near the accident site, became the first person to encounter Maura Murray in the immediate aftermath of the crash. His account of their brief interaction provides a crucial, albeit limited, glimpse into Maura's demeanor and actions in those critical moments. Atwood, returning home, noticed the damaged vehicle and stopped to offer assistance. According to Atwood's recollection, Maura appeared to be largely unharmed, despite the damage to her car. She assured him that she had already contacted AAA, the Automobile Association, and that help was on its way. Her calm demeanor and seemingly self-assured response did little to suggest the unfolding mystery that would soon engulf her. Atwood, accepting Maura's explanation, returned to his home. However, a sense of unease prompted him to contact the police a short time later. He noted that AAA had not yet arrived at the scene, raising his suspicions about the situation. This decision to involve law enforcement, though well-intentioned, introduced a crucial delay in the immediate response, a delay that would later be scrutinized in the investigation. The police arrived at the accident site to find Maura's black Saturn locked and abandoned. The car's damage was evident, indicating that it had indeed been involved in a collision. However, the most striking detail was Maura's absence. She was nowhere to be found, leaving behind a damaged vehicle and a growing sense of unease. Inside the car, investigators discovered a collection of items that offered few clues about Maura's intentions or her whereabouts. Her packed belongings, including clothing, toiletries, and schoolbooks, suggested a planned trip. However, the presence of an empty alcohol bottle added another layer of ambiguity, raising questions about her state of mind and potential impairment at the time of the accident. The initial assumption was that Maura had simply left the scene of a minor accident, perhaps disoriented or seeking help elsewhere. However, as time passed and she failed to reappear, the investigation shifted from a routine traffic incident to a missing person case. The lack of any indication of her direction of travel or any immediate contact with friends or family amplified the growing concern. The absence of any footprints leading away from the car in the snowy conditions further deepened the mystery. This detail suggested that Maura had either been picked up by another vehicle or had ventured into the surrounding woods, a scenario that raised significant concerns given the harsh winter environment and the remote location. The initial police response, while focused on the immediate details of the accident, soon transformed into a frantic search for a missing young woman. The circumstances surrounding the crash, Maura's brief interaction with Atwood, and her subsequent disappearance created a perplexing puzzle that would challenge investigators for years to come. The events of that evening on Route 112 marked a pivotal turning point in Maura Murray's story. The car accident, the encounter with Atwood, and her unexplained departure from the scene set in motion a chain of events that would ultimately lead to her disappearance and an enduring mystery that continues to captivate and confound. As the reality of Maura Murray's absence solidified, the initial response to a seemingly minor car accident transitioned into a full-fledged missing person investigation. Law enforcement agencies in New Hampshire, along with Maura's concerned family and friends, embarked on a search to unravel the circumstances surrounding her disappearance and determine her current whereabouts. The early stages of the investigation were characterized by a frantic effort to gather information and piece together the fragmented clues left behind. The items discovered within Maura's abandoned vehicle became immediate points of scrutiny. Her packed belongings unequivocally indicated a planned trip, yet the intended destination remained elusive. The presence of textbooks hinted at a possible return to her studies, while the toiletries and clothing suggested an absence of more than a single day. This collection of personal effects offered a contradictory glimpse into her intentions, failing to provide a clear motive or final destination. The empty bottle of alcohol found in the car introduced a layer of complexity to the investigation. It raised questions about Maura's state of mind prior to the accident and whether alcohol consumption played any role in the events that transpired. Investigators considered the possibility that she might have been disoriented or impaired, leading to her decision to leave the scene. However, without further evidence, this remained a speculative avenue of inquiry. The account provided by Butch Atwood, the school bus driver, became a crucial piece of the early investigative puzzle. His interaction with Maura offered the last known direct sighting of her. Her calm demeanor and assertion that she had contacted AAA seemed at odds with her subsequent disappearance. Atwood's testimony painted a picture of a seemingly rational individual, making her decision to abandon her vehicle and vanish even more perplexing. Maura's father, Fred Murray, played an instrumental role in the initial search efforts. Driven by unwavering concern for his daughter's well-being, he traveled to New Hampshire and tirelessly advocated for a thorough and comprehensive investigation. He filed the official missing person report and actively engaged with law enforcement, urging them to explore all possible leads and consider the possibility of foul play. His proactive involvement underscored the gravity of the situation and the deep anguish of a parent facing the unknown. In the early days following Maura's disappearance, various theories began to surface, attempting to explain her sudden vanishing act. One initial hypothesis suggested that Maura had intentionally run away to start a new life, seeking an escape from the pressures of her studies or personal relationships. However, the lack of any prior indication of such a desire, coupled with her packed belongings suggesting a return, gradually weakened this theory in the eyes of investigators and her family. Another early consideration was the possibility that Maura had become lost or injured in the dense woods surrounding Route 112. The harsh winter conditions and the rugged terrain presented potential hazards for someone unfamiliar with the area. Extensive searches of the surrounding wilderness were conducted, but no trace of Maura was ever found, casting doubt on this particular scenario. The absence of footprints leading away from Maura's car in the snow became a significant and baffling detail. It suggested that she either entered another vehicle or somehow managed to avoid leaving any discernible tracks in the fresh snow. This lack of physical evidence pointing to her direction of travel further deepened the mystery and complicated the search efforts. As the initial hours turned into days without any sign of Maura, the weight of unanswered questions began to bear down on investigators and her loved ones. The seemingly ordinary circumstances leading up to her disappearance stood in stark contrast to the extraordinary and inexplicable nature of her vanishing act. The absence of concrete clues and the proliferation of conflicting possibilities created a frustrating and unsettling atmosphere. The dawn of the formal investigation into Maura Murray's disappearance marked the beginning of a long and arduous journey for those seeking answers. The initial clues, while providing a basic timeline of events, ultimately raised more questions than they answered, setting the stage for years of speculation, theories, and the enduring hope for a resolution to this perplexing and heartbreaking mystery. As the days stretched into weeks without any sign of Maura Murray, the search efforts intensified and broadened, encompassing not only the immediate vicinity of the car accident but also the wider surrounding areas. Law enforcement agencies collaborated with search and rescue teams, volunteers from the local community, and Maura's determined family and friends in an increasingly desperate attempt to locate her. The landscape of the investigation began to shift as various theories emerged, each attempting to provide a plausible explanation for her baffling disappearance. The initial ground searches focused on the wooded areas adjacent to Route 112, the assumption being that Maura might have wandered off into the wilderness after the accident. Teams of searchers meticulously combed the terrain, battling the challenging winter conditions and the dense foliage. Despite their exhaustive efforts, no footprints, personal belongings, or any other trace of Maura were ever discovered in these extensive searches, casting doubt on the theory that she had simply become lost or injured in the woods. As the ground searches yielded no results, the investigative focus expanded to include potential sightings beyond the immediate crash site. Law enforcement followed up on numerous tips and leads, many of which proved to be unsubstantiated or unrelated to Maura's disappearance. The lack of any credible sightings after Butch Atwood's encounter further deepened the mystery and fueled speculation about what might have happened to her after she left her vehicle. One of the earliest theories to gain traction, despite the lack of supporting evidence, was the idea that Maura had intentionally run away to start a new life. Proponents of this theory pointed to her fabricated email about a family death as evidence of a desire to deceive those around her. However, her packed car, containing items suggesting a return to her studies, and the absence of any prior indications of such a plan made this theory less convincing to many. Another prevailing theory centered on the possibility that Maura had hitched a ride with a passing motorist after leaving the scene of the accident and had subsequently encountered foul play. The lack of footprints in the snow supported the idea that she might have entered another vehicle. This theory, while plausible, lacked any concrete evidence, and no witnesses ever came forward to report giving Maura a ride. The theory of suicide, while difficult for her loved ones to consider, was also explored by investigators. Maura's email expressing a need to clear her head and the stress of her nursing studies were cited as potential contributing factors. However, there was no definitive evidence to suggest that Maura was suicidal, and her actions leading up to her disappearance did not strongly align with someone planning to take their own life. As the investigation progressed, the possibility of involvement by someone Maura knew began to receive greater attention. Investigators explored her relationships with friends, family, and her boyfriend, Bill Roche, seeking any clues or conflicts that might shed light on her disappearance. While no direct evidence implicating anyone close to her ever surfaced, this avenue of inquiry remained open. Maura's father, Fred Murray, consistently championed the theory that his daughter's disappearance might be connected to the Ragged Mountain Resort, a nearby ski area. He believed that Maura might have been heading there for reasons unknown and that something untoward might have occurred in that vicinity. While this theory was explored, no concrete evidence ever linked Maura directly to the resort. The diverse range of theories that emerged during the expanding search highlighted the perplexing nature of Maura's disappearance. The lack of definitive evidence pointing in any single direction allowed for a multitude of possibilities, each with its own set of proponents and detractors. This proliferation of theories, while reflecting the intense desire to find answers, also underscored the frustrating lack of concrete leads in the case. The initial weeks and months following Maura Murray's disappearance were marked by an extensive and multifaceted search effort, coupled with the emergence of numerous theories attempting to explain her vanishing act. Despite the dedication of investigators and the unwavering efforts of her family and friends, the answers remained elusive, leaving behind a haunting mystery that continued to defy explanation. Despite the extensive search efforts and the multitude of theories that surfaced in the wake of Maura Murray's disappearance, several key pieces of evidence continued to linger, each carrying the weight of unanswered questions and fueling ongoing speculation. These specific details, seemingly minor on their own, collectively contributed to the perplexing nature of the case and the enduring frustration of investigators and those who sought answers. The fabricated email Maura sent to her professors and supervisor, citing a non-existent family death, remained a central point of intrigue. This deliberate act of deception suggested a premeditated plan and a desire to create a window of time without raising suspicion. The true motivation behind this lie remained elusive, leaving investigators to ponder what Maura was truly trying to conceal or accomplish during her planned absence. The ATM withdrawal of $280 and the subsequent purchase of alcohol further complicated the picture. While these actions indicated a preparation for some form of departure, they offered little insight into Maura's ultimate destination or the purpose of her trip. The combination of cash and alcohol raised questions about her state of mind and intentions, yet provided no definitive answers. The items left inside Maura's abandoned vehicle presented another layer of ambiguity. Her packed belongings suggested a trip of some duration, yet the absence of essential items like her wallet and cell phone hinted at a more impulsive or perhaps even a forced departure from the car. This selective inclusion and exclusion of personal items added to the overall sense of a plan disrupted or a situation gone awry. The conspicuous lack of footprints leading away from Maura's car in the snowy conditions continued to baffle investigators. This absence strongly suggested that she either entered another vehicle or possessed an uncanny ability to traverse the snow without leaving a trace. If she did enter another vehicle, the identity of the driver and the nature of their interaction remained entirely unknown, opening up a range of unsettling possibilities. The persistent theory championed by Maura's father, Fred Murray, regarding a potential connection to the Ragged Mountain Resort, while never substantiated by concrete evidence, continued to linger in the minds of some. His conviction that Maura might have been heading to or near the resort for reasons unknown fueled speculation about possible encounters or events in that area. Adding to the complexity was the limited information available about Maura's demeanor in the days leading up to her disappearance. While her email to Bill Roche hinted at stress and a desire for solitude, accounts from friends and acquaintances offered no clear indications of any significant distress or plans for such a drastic departure. This lack of a discernible motive further deepened the mystery surrounding her actions. Ultimately, these lingering clues, the fabricated email, the cash and alcohol, the selective belongings in her car, the absence of footprints, the Ragged Mountain connection, and the lack of a clear motive collectively underscored the frustrating weight of unanswered questions that continued to plague the Maura Murray case. Each piece of evidence offered a potential fragment of the truth, yet none provided a complete or conclusive explanation for her enigmatic disappearance. The sudden and unexplained disappearance of Maura Murray irrevocably altered the lives of her family, particularly her father, Fred Murray, and her siblings. The ensuing years have been marked by a relentless pursuit of answers, a constant state of uncertainty, and the profound grief of not knowing the fate of their loved one. Their unwavering dedication to finding Maura has become a defining aspect of their lives, driving them to tirelessly advocate for continued investigation and to keep her story alive in the public consciousness. Fred Murray, in particular, has emerged as a tireless champion for his missing daughter. He has dedicated countless hours to researching the case, conducting independent investigations, attending rallies and vigils, and engaging with law enforcement and the media. His unwavering commitment to finding Maura, despite the passage of time and the lack of concrete leads, serves as a testament to the enduring power of parental love and the refusal to give up hope. The profound impact of Maura's disappearance has extended beyond her immediate family, touching the lives of her friends and the wider community. Those who knew Maura remember her as a bright, athletic, and promising young woman, and her sudden vanishing act left a void in their lives. The lack of closure has compounded their grief, leaving them with unanswered questions and a lingering sense of loss. In the years following Maura's disappearance, her case has also captured the attention of a vast online community of true crime enthusiasts and amateur sleuths. The perplexing nature of the mystery, the limited evidence, and the compelling personal story have transformed Maura Murray's disappearance into one of the internet's most debated and analyzed cold cases. Numerous online forums, dedicated websites, and social media groups have sprung up, each populated by individuals passionately committed to unraveling the enigma of Maura's vanishing act. These online communities meticulously dissect every piece of available information, propose countless theories, and actively share any potential leads or insights they uncover. The digital landscape has become a significant arena for the ongoing discussion and investigation of the case. The enduring online obsession with Maura Murray's disappearance stems from a variety of factors. The seemingly ordinary circumstances surrounding her vanishing, coupled with the complete lack of concrete evidence, create a captivating puzzle that continues to defy easy solutions. The haunting nature of an unsolved disappearance, particularly one involving a young person with a promising future, resonates deeply with many. While the efforts of online sleuths have not yet yielded a definitive breakthrough in the case, their collective dedication has played a crucial role in keeping Maura Murray's story in the public eye. The constant discussion and analysis ensure that her disappearance is not forgotten, and the hope remains that one day, a new piece of information or a fresh perspective might finally lead to answers for her family and the countless individuals who remain invested in solving this enduring mystery. Despite the passage of 2 decades since Maura Murray's disappearance, her case remains officially unsolved, a stark reminder of the enduring mysteries that can shroud human lives. The lack of conclusive evidence and the absence of any confirmed sightings after her encounter with Butch Atwood have created a frustrating and heartbreaking reality for her family, friends, and the countless individuals who have become invested in finding answers. The initial investigation, while thorough for its time, ultimately yielded no definitive leads that could explain Maura's whereabouts or the circumstances surrounding her vanishing act. The various theories that emerged, ranging from a voluntary departure to accidental injury or foul play, all lacked the concrete evidence needed to solidify them as the truth. This absence of a clear narrative has allowed the mystery to persist, fueling speculation and debate. The tireless efforts of Maura's father, Fred Murray, have been a constant throughout the years. His unwavering commitment to finding his daughter has kept her story in the public eye and has served as a powerful advocacy for continued investigation. His persistence underscores the profound impact of an unsolved disappearance on the loved ones left behind, highlighting their enduring hope for closure. The enduring online obsession with Maura's case reflects the captivating nature of an ordinary life interrupted by an extraordinary and inexplicable event. The digital sleuths and true crime enthusiasts who dedicate their time to analyzing the details of her disappearance embody a collective desire to make sense of the senseless and to potentially uncover a crucial piece of information that might have been overlooked. While no major breakthroughs have occurred in recent years, the case of Maura Murray remains open, and the possibility of new information emerging is never entirely dismissed. Law enforcement agencies continue to hold the case file, and any credible leads that surface are reportedly investigated. The hope persists that advancements in forensic technology or a previously overlooked witness might one day provide the key to unlocking the truth. The lack of closure in Maura's disappearance serves as a poignant reminder of the limitations of investigation and the enduring pain of the unknown. For her family and friends, the absence of answers leaves a void that cannot be filled, a constant reminder of the bright young woman whose future was abruptly and inexplicably cut short. Ultimately, the story of Maura Murray remains an unclosed chapter, a testament to the enduring power of hope in the face of uncertainty. The collective desire for answers, fueled by the love of her family and the fascination of a dedicated online community, ensures that her disappearance will not be forgotten, and the possibility of finally uncovering the truth, however slim, continues to linger. The enduring mystery surrounding Maura Murray's disappearance serves as a stark reminder of the complexities and frustrations inherent in unsolved missing person cases. Despite years of investigation, numerous theories, and the dedicated efforts of law enforcement and amateur sleuths, the fundamental questions of what happened to Maura and where she might be remain unanswered. This lack of resolution underscores the unpredictable nature of such events and the challenges involved in piecing together fragmented clues. The absence of any confirmed sightings of Maura after her brief encounter with Butch Atwood continues to be a central and perplexing aspect of the case. This lack of a verifiable trail beyond the immediate vicinity of the car accident leaves a significant gap in the timeline and allows for a wide range of possibilities, none of which can be definitively ruled out. This void of information fuels ongoing speculation and hinders the ability to establish a clear sequence of events. The various theories that have been proposed over the years, while offering potential explanations, ultimately lack the crucial element of concrete evidence. Whether Maura voluntarily disappeared, succumbed to an accident in the wilderness, encountered foul play, or met some other unknown fate remains a matter of conjecture. The absence of definitive proof for any single theory contributes to the enduring nature of the mystery and the difficulty in reaching a conclusive understanding of what transpired. The unwavering commitment of Maura's family, particularly her father, Fred Murray, highlights the profound and lasting impact of such unresolved disappearances on loved ones. Their tireless advocacy and persistent search for answers underscore the emotional toll of uncertainty and the enduring hope for closure, even after the passage of significant time. Their dedication serves as a poignant reminder of the human element at the heart of this enduring mystery. The continued engagement of the online community in the Maura Murray case demonstrates the power of collective curiosity and the desire to solve a compelling puzzle. The meticulous analysis of available information and the generation of diverse theories, while not yet yielding a breakthrough, keep Maura's story alive and potentially contribute to uncovering new leads or perspectives that might have been previously overlooked. This persistent online interest underscores the enduring fascination with unsolved mysteries. The lack of closure in Maura's disappearance serves as a somber reminder of the vulnerabilities that can exist in everyday life and the potential for individuals to vanish without a trace. It highlights the importance of remaining vigilant, reporting any suspicious activity, and supporting efforts to improve the investigation of missing person cases. Maura's story serves as a cautionary tale and a call for continued awareness. Ultimately, the enduring mystery of Maura Murray's disappearance compels us to acknowledge the limitations of our understanding and the persistent hope that one day, answers will emerge. The ongoing efforts to uncover the truth, fueled by the dedication of her family and the interest of a concerned public, underscore the enduring human desire for resolution and the refusal to let her story fade into obscurity. The passage of time since Maura Murray vanished has done little to diminish the central questions that continue to plague her case. What prompted her seemingly sudden departure from UMass Amherst? What was her intended destination in the remote landscape of northern New Hampshire? And most crucially, what transpired after she left the scene of the car accident on Route 112? These fundamental inquiries remain stubbornly unanswered, forming the core of the enduring mystery. The fabricated email concerning a family death stands as a persistent point of intrigue, suggesting a deliberate act of deception. Why did Maura feel the need to create this false narrative? Was she attempting to conceal her true plans, buy herself time, or perhaps even signal a desire to disconnect from her established life? The motivation behind this lie remains a key piece of the puzzle that investigators and online sleuths continue to grapple with. The limited and somewhat contradictory clues found within Maura's car further contribute to the enigma. Her packed belongings indicated a planned trip, yet the absence of crucial items like her wallet and cell phone hinted at an unplanned departure from the vehicle. This selective leaving behind of personal effects raises questions about her state of mind and the urgency of her actions after the accident. Butch Atwood's account of his brief interaction with Maura offers the last known direct sighting, yet it provides little insight into her subsequent movements or intentions. Her seemingly calm demeanor and assertion that she had contacted AAA stand in stark contrast to her decision to abandon her car and disappear into the night. This disconnect between her words and actions only deepens the mystery surrounding her immediate post-accident behavior. The complete lack of any credible sightings of Maura after her encounter with Atwood remains a significant obstacle in the investigation. Without any confirmed evidence of her direction of travel or any interaction with others, the possibilities of what happened next remain wide open, ranging from a solitary journey into the wilderness to an encounter with an unknown individual. The absence of footprints leading away from her vehicle in the snowy conditions continues to be a baffling detail. This suggests that Maura either entered another vehicle or managed to navigate the snow without leaving a trace, both scenarios raising further questions and complicating the search efforts. The implications of this lack of physical evidence are significant and continue to fuel various theories. Ultimately, the enduring questions surrounding Maura Murray's disappearance highlight the elusive nature of truth in the absence of concrete evidence. The fragmented clues and conflicting possibilities have created a complex and captivating mystery that continues to defy easy answers, leaving investigators, her family, and a dedicated online community still searching for the elusive truth behind her vanishing act. Despite the enduring mystery and the absence of definitive answers in the case of Maura Murray, an unwavering hope persists among her family, friends, and the dedicated online community that one day the truth will finally emerge. This hope fuels continued discussion, periodic re-examination of evidence, and the persistent sharing of her story, ensuring that Maura's disappearance remains in the public consciousness and the possibility of a breakthrough is never entirely extinguished. The tireless efforts of Maura's father, Fred Murray, exemplify this enduring hope. His decades-long commitment to finding his daughter, marked by relentless advocacy and a refusal to give up, serves as a powerful testament to the enduring bond between parent and child. His unwavering determination inspires others to keep Maura's story alive and to believe in the possibility of resolution, no matter how much time has passed. The active engagement of the online community also plays a crucial role in sustaining this hope. The constant analysis, discussion, and sharing of information related to Maura's case ensure that new perspectives are continually brought to the forefront and that potential leads, however small, are not overlooked. This collective effort demonstrates the power of citizen sleuthing and the shared desire to bring closure to this long unsolved mystery. Beyond the quest for answers, Maura Murray's disappearance has unfortunately left an enduring legacy as a cautionary tale about the vulnerabilities individuals can face and the profound impact of unsolved missing person cases on families and communities. Her story serves as a reminder of the importance of vigilance, the need for robust investigative practices, and the crucial support required for the loved ones left behind in the wake of such unexplained vanishings. The ongoing hope surrounding Maura Murray's case, coupled with the lessons learned from her tragic disappearance, underscores the enduring human desire for resolution and the importance of never ceasing the search for truth. While the answers remain elusive, the collective commitment to remembering Maura and seeking justice ensures that her story continues to inspire vigilance and the unwavering hope that one day, the mystery of her vanishing will finally be solved.